what have you done with him? Oh, I hate him.
Oh.
Oh, but he still lives inside of me. Yes, he does. Why, I could feel him right now. Yes. We are Squawking Dead, a podcast pulverizing programs beyond the Walking Dead universe. Sometimes we give you news, sometimes we make you laugh, most times we go deep. I'm your host, David Cameo, and I'm joined by...
Me. Hi, CosmoMom09.
Bridget. You can find me at youtube.com/PunkyBrewster. That's PUNKYBRUISETER.
And Rob over at Rob Something Things on TikTok.
Today, we're here to talk to you about it. Welcome to Derry's 7th episode of its inaugural season, titled The Black Spot. Are we all in agreement that this episode was your favorite? Let's start there. Is it your favorite episode?
So far.
No.
It is for me.
Why not?
I mean,
Yeah, Rob.
It
Rob's
is for me
favorite.
because of the emotional impact it had on me. Not because
I'm
of
with
what
that.
happened, but because of the storytelling elements and what it made me feel and stuff like that.
Is it the difference between men and women?
Yeah, I guess so.
Maybe.
We'll never
I like
know.
to feel something, even if it's
Oh.
horrible.
Yeah, same.
It made me cry, and that made me want to punch it
Okay.
in the crotch.
Yeah, no,
I didn't
fair.
appreciate it.
Fair.
Oh, yeah, Rachel's
that's-
somewhat the same way, isn't it? Like, why'd you make me cry?
I didn't cry. I didn't cry. Who does that?
She cried. She cried twice.
So, like, trying to detect any imperfections in her act.
Don't get me wrong. I was upset, but I was also like, this was a really great episode.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
I
It
turned
was-
into Leroy, I'll admit,
Ugh.
at one point. After a while, witnessing so much death and destruction, my emotions just kind of shut down.
Yeah, watching this episode twice was like wearing a weighted blanket.
Whoa. Because the second time, you're like, okay, I have to actually look and watch and get
Yeah.
notes on the thing. And
Yeah.
And Jason says it got me in the feels, too.
Oh yeah.
Jason in the crowd. Hello,
Mhm.
Jason.
And not even for the most obvious reason. Like there was a lot of feeling and emotion
Mhm.
throughout
Yeah.
this episode. Not just the big horrible thing or little horrible thing.
No.
I say that this is one of my favorite episodes because of something you love, Rachel, which is so many cool answers and so many cool payoffs. Origin stories revealed, whole questions that we asked in literally the last episode that were answered in this episode. I'm not trying to play favorites with this show and From, but man, was it never more apparent.
Right?
This episode. It was like it was mocking From. It was like, hey, From, get a load of me. It is, by the way, Muschietti.
Yeah.
Just want to say that. I actually wrote
Good
down
job.
how to pronounce it. Muschietti.
That's what you were saying, right?
I spelled moose and then key and then yeti, like the mythical
What are
creature.
you talking about?
Oh
Anyway.
my gosh.
How to
The
pronounce,
creators, Barbara and Andy Muschietti. Rob, is there anything in particular that you enjoyed that made this your favorite episode?
Other than my gut reaction to just seeing Pennywise go ham like he does, I did really like the origin of like Bob Gray and stuff like that, because a lot of people online were saying that Pennywise took possession of him, and I'm glad that got vindicated that that's not what happened. He saw that the clown was attracting kids, and he was like, I'm going to use that, and obviously killed him in the woods and ate him, as he told his daughter.
Is it obvious though?
I was surprised that there was no element of Bob Gray that was insidious.
Thank
No.
you. Clown community redeemed.
I was surprised by that because one, clowns.
Yeah.
Two,
I'm rubber, you're glue. Whatever. Wait,
okay, I didn't
Yeah,
know Dave.
whatever
was so into
bounces off me.
clowning, but okay.
sticks to you.
I don't understand what people don't get about this.
Yeah.
But there just seems
Oh.
to be a general misunderstanding that Pennywise is it. And it's like, no, it is an entity that exists outside
Mhm.
of Pennywise.
Yeah.
And he chooses the form of Pennywise. That's like his
Yes.
preferred form since
When
he
he's not a
abducted
spider.
Bob Gray
Or
Yeah.
both
in,
at the same
in the
time.
19 whatevers.
1908.
They built this whole origin story off of the moment in part 2 where he is Bob Gray in Mrs. Kirsch's house, where Beverly sees him and he's like scratching his face and making the makeup appear and the lines appear in blood and all that stuff. So I like that they kind of built off of that little throwaway thing from part 2. This whole backstory. Yeah.
Right, not retconning, basically.
Yeah.
I have the book, but I haven't read it. Is Bob Gray a player in the book?
Not really.
No?
No.
Okay.
Bob Gray is mentioned, but the name Bob Gray is in a couple different Stephen King books. I guess it's in Dreamcatcher maybe, but it's like spelled differently.
Oh,
It's
Okay.
Grey. And then someone said they thought that maybe it was in Dark Tower too. But
Hmm.
he's supposed to be like an alien or something.
Oh,
Anyway,
geez.
I think the name is mentioned in the book, but I don't even know that you're told that Bob Gray was Pennywise.
I don't think so.
Oh.
Not that I remember, but
Okay.
Yeah. I just think it's a name that's mentioned. I don't think
so
that
really,
there's
it's
a
the movies
connection.
that fleshed Robert Gray out,
Correct. Yeah.
or
Okay.
expounded on at least.
Yeah. Well, and now they're bringing it even more to life in this series,
Mhm.
which,
Mhm.
okay.
Well, since we're mentioning
Okay.
things that have been mentioned in Stephen King books, the only throwaway reference that I wanted to push out was the beginning of the episode where Clint Bowers says, "Give us what we want and we'll go away."
Give me what I want and I'll go away.
Stephen King's Storm of the Century, Legion, Andre Lenoge, Legion, says this to the townspeople.
Mm-mm.
Give us what we
No,
want and
I
we'll
don't
go away.
remember that at all.
Wow.
oh,
Dummy
Sorry,
Dave with a reference.
Sorry, Dave.
And what are they if not Legion? We
Was
are
it in a-
many, but we
in
are
a
one.
book or a movie?
That was the miniseries.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah.
don't think I've ever seen it.
No,
Another
I have not.
miniseries. Great
Okay.
miniseries, by the way. Oh my God, you haven't seen it?
Uh-uh.
All right. All right.
No.
Dave's feeling.
Look
Do
at
a
him
little
so
dance
proud.
with it.
Look at him so proud of himself.
You have to understand my point of view. I'm like, I gotta pull my weight. Dummy Dave doesn't know anything really about the books, knows a little bit about the movies, watched the miniseries until the tape
Meh.
went dead, basically. But that's about it.
It's only because I've like read about it recently,
Mm.
David. I've like not read Stephen King books. I've told you guys that.
I've read a few.
Maybe like a little, but not to the degree that Stephen King fans have read his books.
No.
I've read probably close to 20, maybe over 20.
I think I've read 2, 3. Bag of Bones, Gerald's Game, Dreamcatcher.
Yep. I
Gerald's
read
Game,
Bag of
I've
Bones.
read.
Gerald's Game. Oof.
I
Bag
know.
of Bones was a really good one.
Yeah.
He's got over, I want to say like 70 something at this point books. I've read a lot of them. I have even more on my shelf that I haven't read yet because every time I find one, I just grab it. And my parents will grab them for me too.
65.
Okay.
Close. to what you're
65. Now
saying.
that does include the ones under Richard Bachman.
Bachman.
It does
Mhm.
or does not?
It does.
Does.
Oh, okay.
I mean, as it
Alright, it
should. It
does.
is him. So
5
Okay.
nonfiction books. That's also included. He's also written more than 200 short stories, which, as
Oh,
we
right.
know, they love
Yeah.
to make into full-blooded properties. So,
yeah.
Like Shawshank Redemption.
Mhm.
I want to give the makeup department a huge, huge round of applause for
Mhm.
making the gorgeous Bill Skarsgård into a hideous old man.
Did you say gorgeous? Okay. All right. Cool. Cool.
I'm sorry. Do you disagree?
I don't disagree.
Bill Skarsgård.
He's no
is a
Alexander
be-
Skarsgård.
is a
I was
beautiful
gonna
man.
say. Have you ever seen
I-
Alexander?
Same bloodline.
he's fine.
Hey, but you can pick between brothers. You know what I mean?
Do I have to pick?
Bridget
though?
knows what I'm talking about.
He's fine.
Wink, wink. No,
He's fine. He's adequate.
he's no dancing clown.
What?
Yeah, I find him hotter in the makeup.
Ooh.
No, what? Ugh.
Oh.
What?
Let's dial in a little bit on this, like on a serious level, on the differences between him playing Pennywise and the photo and the version we saw in the asylum and the version we saw in this episode. They're very different.
Yeah.
So the photo, he looks so much more like a human being.
He looks sinister.
He does.
Does look a bit sinister.
I think he
yes.
just has a sinister face, but not on
Yeah.
purpose.
Yeah, yeah. He's
Well,
got like a
that's
heavy
just-
brow.
That's just his
Mhm.
face.
But then in this episode, I gotta admit, I expected 100% because, of course, I play up my clown support support group way up just to be like the antagonist. I really do believe clowns should bring joy instead of associated with murder,
Mm,
but I don't really care that much to be honest.
I don't associate
Obviously.
them with murder. I just think they're creepy.
Well, I'm just quoting Rachel from last week.
Yeah.
But I will say I expected fully to see what Bridget said. Oh, he's just a creepster that crapped on kids. And meanwhile, the kids were bullying his butt after his
Mhm.
Yeah.
performance.
Why were they so physical? I was
I
like,
don't know.
who raised these kids?
Derry. It's Derry.
I
It
wanted
is
him
scary.
to bop those kids right on the head. Just start
No.
shoving them off the stage.
Turns out Bob Gray was a drunk, but a decent dad.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
mourning the loss of his wife.
Right.
Which I do want to point that out. In the flashback from, I think it was episode 2, when he was a skeleton man, when we saw Periwinkle
Yeah.
off to the side, was that his daughter or his wife?
It was his daughter,
Oh.
for sure.
Was it?
For sure. Yeah. There's a still photo that you can look at that we posted too.
Oh,
I could
you
show
mean
it to you now.
episode 2 of this show?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay, sorry. I was like,
Ah.
did that happen in
Chapter 2? Wait.
My only reason why I had that thought was because it seemed like she hadn't been performing as Periwinkle yet, even up to this point where she showed herself to him.
No, but
And he
I'm
was like,
wondering
"Oh,
if
my
they let
periwinkle," and-
her
Participate.
at the carnival. Yeah, because otherwise she's not going to be able to make a living. She's a child.
She did look very dejected too.
That's true.
That's very unclown like. Unless it was one of those sad clowns, which it didn't look like. It looked like a very happy clown makeup.
Mm-hmm.
Right, which I thought was okay. Was objectively okay, maybe it's not objectively, subjectively cute. How pleased she was of herself, how hard she worked to make her periwinkle costume, makeup, and all that stuff.
It's still creepy, but sure.
She kept her mom's name. That was very, very sweet. I still wasn't sure about Bob when we see him taking his makeup off. I mean, the fact that he didn't start tossing kids off the stage, I was like, oh, wow, okay. Maybe he's not like a child killer because
He was being pushed over to boot.
right.
He took his
And
thing.
I know, right? And then we see him like
Set
taking the
piece.
makeup off, and I still wasn't like super convinced. I was like, well, we're gonna see some kid stumble in there and he's gonna kill it. I'm still waiting for that.
To your point, when it showed him smoking and drinking just before the following evening, the same evening, basically, I saw there it is. That's what it's going to happen here.
Right.
He's going to see the urchin. That's what the crew called him.
Yeah.
And he's going to do something bad to that. And then you saw the eyes and it was like,
Right.
nope, that's definitely Pennywise.
Yep.
Yeah.
The dead eyes.
I changed my mind about him after seeing the interaction with Ingrid. Okay, he's just a dad going through a hard time. I mean, the voice is super creepy. Awesome job.
Yeah.
'Cause,
But the
like,
lower register, right? It was
Yes,
like, it was
yep.
different than when,
It-
you're
right.
like,
It was
"Where's
like
Papa?"
yes, that was obviously more comical and theatrical.
I
But,
don't
like
think it was meant
Bob's
to be
actual
comical.
voice. Well, no, I meant as Pennywise. Like it's supposed to
Right.
be
I think it was Pennywise
Endearing.
improvising on the spot.
yeah, right.
Mm,
But Bob Gray still has that inflection, how he talks so weird.
kind of gruff.
yeah,
One day you will be back at the circus.
right.
You know, like that kind
The
of
crowd and I miss it, and yeah,
can
yeah.
see
But
bigger than ever.
you could just see the sadness all over his face. And
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like,
I could see why he was a silent clown.
Yeah, I'm like he's not a killer. He's just sad. You know.
Yeah, Bridget said she's going to lay down for a few just to kind of straighten out the situation in her belly.
Literally straighten it out.
Yeah. So he was a decent guy, getting bullied.
Yeah.
His wife was Periwinkle. Oh, and you actually also saw a portrait, albeit a caricature portrait of Periwinkle in the background of his act, because he
Oh,
included
yeah,
the
yeah,
loss
yeah.
of his wife in his act.
Yeah.
That's true, yeah.
And so vaudevillian too.
I was gonna
the
say
whole
so
act.
very of the time though, right?
Right? You included a sad thing.
Yeah, that dark
Yeah.
humor was very prevalent in that time. Awful things are happening. You gotta laugh about it because it's too sad not to.
Somebody said something so interesting recently. I think it was Adam Carolla.
I think the uptick in despair is connected to a couple of things. I feel it's more physical than it is spiritual, although it ends up being spiritual. We were meant to go out and work and be on our feet and sweat and be with nature and work on a farm and mend fences. It involved an engagement. You had to sort of be careful or you'd lose your arm from an axe. And we took, in the last 10 minutes, everyone, and we put them in a cubicle and we fired air conditioning at them and we told them to do data entry on a computer, and we started eating our own brains. They have studies that say, you know, all the kids on Prozac and all the meds and stuff, hiking and classical music work better than all the serotonin reuptake inhibitors you can ingest. You watch Little House on the Prairie, no one was depressed. Everyone was miserable, but no one was depressed. It's a disease of narcissism. We're spending too much time on our phones reading comments about ourselves. We're not wired for this.
Everything's great, but everybody's depressed. But back then, we had all the reason in the world to be miserable, and we just got on with things,
Yeah.
essentially. Going to your comment,
How are things great? Who's great?
better than they were back then.
Oh, okay.
The Great Depression?
Okay.
Dust Bowl
In comparison. Okay.
leaps and bounds better today.
Yeah.
Okay.
World's hunger has gone down so many percentages
Sure.
from the way it was originally, just 100 years ago,
Yeah.
objectively. And yet we're all depressed.
Do we want to talk at all about the little urchin?
So Jason Fuchs said in the Episode or Insider, TM, Bridget, why the form of Pennywise? And then obviously the urchin says,
Well, no, we know that part. Yeah.
right.
The children seem drawn to you
Right. But why the urchin too?
to attract other children. Children are not afraid of other children.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The additional layer of this, why I even bothered even writing this down, was the fact that this urchin was innocuous. He blends into the background. He's just walking around. You don't care. You don't want to care even if you're above the poverty line. You don't want to look at this. While this urchin is off dragging other kids and adults into its lair and eating them alive. Because now there's a whole town on top of the Pennywise, basically. In the span of 27 years, a whole town cropped up. I think it figured out that if I want people to stay in this town, I have to be choosy about who I kill.
There had to be somewhat of a town there already. Otherwise, why would the carnival set up and invite people to come?
Yeah, I think.
Like
Oh, no, I
there's-
meant over the years, not just in
Oh.
1908.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, okay. Well, he must have been starving for a long time, right?
He's probably just eating animals.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Some reason why you can, you just figure out a different method of catching them because they're not as easily coerced as a human is. guess.
I wonder if he could just turn into another animal.
Put on a mating display real quick.
It's exactly what I was thinking.
Uh,
The little Bambi scene where it nuzzles the nose and,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and then
little
it just bites its
flick
head
of the
off.
tail. Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway, but yeah, now he's got a whole town. In the last episode, Ingrid makes a point to talk about that horrible day. The way she said it, I thought she saw something, witnessed something horrible happen to her dad. I thought it was going to be a lot more than just a bloody hanky.
it was just that he vanished, basically.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
gone.
Well, to her, it was horrible. It was the
Mhm.
only parent she had left.
Well, sure. I'm not downplaying that.
Her tragedy.
And in that moment, she's convinced that it's wolves until he comes back.
Well, no, yeah. I mean, she doesn't really know what did it. And maybe in the back of her mind, and this is what happened, she says this in the episode, don't abandon me. Because you have to think, maybe in the back of her mind, that it looked like blood, but it could have been that clown makeup. Remember? He
Oh, 'cause
was
he's
drinking
like,
and
"Ugh,
smoking.
coming
He wanted to
off."
wipe his mouth up, and then was like, oh, it's coming off.
Yeah.
in his manly, gruff way.
Yeah.
So what if he decided, oh, this is a good gig? See, Robbie, it could be that it is him. No, I ate him and he's forever with me. Maybe he's in Deadlights or something. Maybe he lives
I mean,
forever.
I think that's how Pennywise works in general. He always kind of absorbs the memories of those he attacks because he can get into their head. So he has all of that. That's why he knew to ask Ingrid for the bow and stuff like that.
I wrote everything down
Yeah.
in that conversation that Ingrid had with her not dad.
Mhm.
It was
Not the
so
daddy.
compelling. You're not my father. Yes, I am. What have you done with him? Oh, I ate him.
Oh.
Yeah. He laughs a little. Oh, but he still lives inside of me. You know, like that.
Yeah.
She goes, no. Yes, he does. Why, I could feel him right now. Yes, stop. He's reaching out for his baby girl. Right? Isn't that...
I
all
wasn't this
sorts
grossed out watching
creepy.
the episode. That was just a lot.
Come to Papa.
Ugh.
With the fingers,
And then,
right?
and then
Yeah.
doesn't kill her, hits her with the deadlights. It paralyzes her. But
I
is she
was
still
I was
alive?
stunned watching that. I was like,
Yeah.
wait, that is not what I was expecting.
Yeah,
Because he
me
looked
neither.
pretty kind of pissed off a little too. Oh, I'm gonna make a meal out of you. I found a chink in your armor, Ingrid. You realize that I'm not your daddy. I was half worried, but also like, please kill her. Because let's go back to the question I posed in the last episode. We all agree that she orchestrated at least a lot of this.
She definitely orchestrated
She's
the
very
mob
proud of
knowing where he
herself.
was at the black spot because she put him there.
I knew they would come here looking for him, and there'd be a
Right.
lot of blood and pain and
Mhm.
fear,
That he
couldn't
was here,
resist.
and
right,
you would,
exactly.
and you couldn't resist.
Mhm.
And you would tell me that I was good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I felt for her a little in that moment, given the fact that we saw that first scene. Ugh, I hated myself for feeling that way too.
Why? She is very pathetic. It is very sad.
It was, but man, again, I am operating fully on my theory that she orchestrated even Lily's dad's death in the jarring factory.
It's
I can't
possible.
help not to, because according to Andy Muschietti, he says both the inciting and the ending incident are auguries.
So, okay, I will agree with you so far as to say maybe she had something to do with not Lily's dad specifically. I don't think she set him up specifically because he left the building and then went back in because Lily forgot something. He wasn't even supposed to be in there. At the least, Ingrid could have messed up the machine somehow because when he went back in, he had to fix
Yeah.
something. If he hadn't have gone back in
As
there,
long as she pushed him.
somebody
It would have been someone
right,
else.
right, somebody else would have done it, and then they would have been the catalysts. I don't think she was specifically trying to kill Lily's dad. I think she was trying to kill somebody.
Yeah.
Somebody's daddy.
But she didn't know Lily forgot something on purpose, or you know what I mean? There's just too many what ifs. So
Not only that, she was sleeping with Hank
Mhm.
and then ended up feeding him to the wolves in order to get Pennywise to come out. I don't know if she ever intended for him to be accused of murdering children necessarily, but she was definitely going to cause an inciting incident with her husband and Hank that was going to cause some
Oh.
kind of violence once he found
Sure.
She
out.
knew her
which-
husband was a white supremacist.
Sure.
essentially.
Essentially, yeah.
Sure.
She had to have known.
that could have been her first idea to incite a
Mhm.
riot.
And then she just
But then
got
all these
more-
other things fell into place, and she went, "Oh, this is much better."
Wholly disagree, but that's fine. I stand alone being the crazy one with my crazy theories.
Well, you don't think that sleeping with Hank was a tactic?
Oh no, that was my starting point. But then I was like, wait, how far
Well,
back?
no, Rob said that. Rob just
Yes.
said that.
I will wipe that smile off your face. I'll make you black and blue if you don't get home and wipe that makeup off your. Anyway, just stand curse.
I'm sorry. I know that line was horrible.
Was
I
horrible.
mean, horrible, but it made me laugh. It shouldn't have. But
It's-
the way he delivered it.
You know,
It was
The way
'cause
he delivered
with the
it.
full confidence, because you also know that something bad's about to happen to him. So
To
you're
him,
like,
yes.
yeah, famous
Yes.
last words,
Yeah.
chump.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
I
then
love-
the way it happened.
I
Mhm.
love that Pennywise just shows up with a giant cleaver. There was no
Yeah.
preface to that. He's like, all right, just cuts his head in half. That moment of him after he cuts his head in half and then picks it up and eats it, that's a Funko Pop. And
Nice.
that got
Nice.
spoiled. That was one, but I didn't know who or what happened. I just know that there's a Funko of him holding a half of a head upside down eating it. And I was
Oh
like,
my
that's a pretty
gosh.
cool scene. I wonder when that's gonna happen. And then
Right. Well, let me
That's
ask you another question,
awesome.
because I had thought the spoilery thing was how he looked right at the end, with him basically
like
all
that.
red except for the half the face.
that was crazy. I did not expect him to, like, when he was in the pool of blood and just like sleeping, and then
So
he
cool.
wakes up. I wasn't expecting him to still be covered in blood when he popped up again. That was insane.
So cool. I
It was.
knew you'd love that. They have to make a Funko Pop for that.
They 100% will.
That's got to be like a crazy collectible. But let's go back to that scene, because one of the best parts of that scene wasn't, I mean, obviously, the oversized cleaver, by the way. Stan Kirsch being a butcher. There's
Yeah.
all the things
Yeah.
are great about that.
Yeah.
However, when you're taking notes, are you watching with headphones?
No, I'm watching on my TV.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, if you're squeamish, don't. But if you're
I'm not
not, please do. Because, and you may hear this on your speakers, it's fine. When his head comes off, Stan's still speaking. And you can hear, it sounds like a balloon, sort of a little bit, the vocal cords. You know, when you take a balloon, you fill it with air,
Yeah.
and you squeeze it? It sounded like that.
It's a flaming balloon.
Ish.
All right, I gotta go back and watch
So
that. That's cool.
gross. So gross. But you know, here we
Yeah.
are. I can't believe this is happening right now. Me even thinking about this makes my stomach churn.
Really?
Yeah.
You got a weak stomach.
I'm just thinking about it and how, oh, that's what the human body does without half a head. You're trying to speak.
I just
Things we
noticed
do for
his
you.
tongue squirming around, and I was like, "Ha,
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Eating his head upside down like an apple.
Yep.
Or like
He
a
only
banana.
took-
or a
he-
melon, right?
He only took one bite and was like, all right, I'm done. Let's throw it on the ground.
I love how the theme repeated too, because he was eating the one girl's face.
Noreen."
He goes,
I hated
"What's
that
the
line.
matter?
I
Do I have face on my face?
Well, that's what I wrote down here.
I know.
Nice. It was a
Uh,
great line, though. Objectively great.
It wasn't. Do I have face on my face? He could have just gotten away with, "Do I have something on my face?"
Nah,
I feel like
I
that
think-
would have been
Gotta
funny.
make it a little different.
He went to the Dave school of beating a dead horse. Basically.
I did not like it.
I'm a fan.
I wrote, "Face on my face, cringe."
Yeah.
Not in a good way.
Oh, well. Can't beat
Can't
him.
win 'em
Join
all.
him.
Can't
Join
win 'em
him. Okay. After Dick kicks out Hanlon, when they have that conversation from his room. He's like, get out of here, get out of here. I don't want to serve your country. What? Get the
Get out of
F
your
out of here.
bootlicker.
Yeah, bootlicker. Right. Exactly. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. But when death and destruction surrounding him, and he was literally, I'm recalling a line from the interview that one of you guys had seen of him. He says, I'm determined to make you hate me. He was about to leave without taking at least some people with him underneath the floorboards of the refrigerator, which again came back. That was like a Chekhov's refrigerator, how it leaked. So he used the fact that the floorboards were rotting to get out from underneath it. But he was about to go alone.
Thank you. I'm so glad you noticed that too, because I put that in my notes. I'm like, Dick is taken off right now. Dick was out to save himself. It wasn't until he saw Sesky that he stopped and was
Okay, say more. What do you think that was?
I don't know exactly. I was hoping we could hash all of that out.
Because he says to Hanlon, I had to.
She is what gets his attention and what stops him from just bailing on everybody. And as he's looking at her, her eyes are glazed over and then they become clear.
Well, like the other dead. Every dead we've seen him see have glazed over eyes until, like he says, if I let them know that I can talk to them by way of speaking to them, they'll all come rushing at me. It's like they acknowledge his existence. They're not wandering aimlessly. They're targeting Dick because he has the shine.
Mm-hmm.
Her eyes were the only ones I noticed became clear. The fog lifted and her eyes were crystal clear again.
Because he spoke to them, yeah. Well, and then also you'll notice the dead that speak the victims
after
also had clear eyes too.
Yeah.
Not dead eyes.
But theirs weren't foggy to begin with.
Well, right, because he let the cat out of the bag.
Because he was inside Taniel's head. I guess he knows as much as
Taniel knows, right?
Taniel knows. So I don't know if he was just compelled to do the right thing.
That's what I want to talk about. Right there.
Well, okay, so I have the context of the book for this.
Hey, all the better.
In the book, Halloran is using the shine to help save people in the black spot. That is the same. It's just that he's on the exterior, not the interior in the book. Mm-hmm. So this was written in the Stephen King
subreddit.
The black spot from It is one of the most unnerving descriptions I've read from King, posted 2 years ago. Quote, Trev grabbed my hand and I grabbed him back twice as hard. We stood there holding hands just like you and me are doing now, Mikey. Him and his nose broke and blood running down his face and his eyes puffing shut. And we watched them, people. They were the real ghosts we saw that night. Nothing but shimmers shaped like men and women in that fire, walking towards the opening. Trev had bashed with Sergeant Wilson's truck. Some of them had their arms held out like they expected someone to save them. The others just walked, and they didn't seem to get nowhere. Their clothes were blazing, their faces were running, and one after another they just toppled over, and you didn't see them no more. The last one was a woman. Her dress had burned off of her, and there she was in her slip. She was burning like a candle. She seemed to look right at me at the end, and I seen her eyelids was on fire. The way King describes the factors that build up into this passage are incredible. He introduces Dick Halloran, who most of us know has the shine, and most likely the reason Will and the others didn't die. Again, the timing is off. He talks about more people showing up at the club each day, the racism and adversity they faced from the sergeant, and how the black spot was the one place where white and black people could get along, and then it all just comes crashing down. I think what I like most about this side story is how Will declined to talk about it for so long. So we got curious, wondering what really happened until he finally talked about it on his deathbed. I would be lying if I said I didn't have any trouble sleeping last night because I kept imagining these two passages buried deep in my mind. Quote, there was maybe 40 or 50 people out there, some of them crying, some of them puking, some of them screaming, and some of them doing all three things at once, it seemed like. Others were laying on the grass, fainted dead away with the smoke. The door was shut, and we heard people screaming on the other side, screaming to let him out for the love of Jesus, they were burning up, end quote. And this is the second quote. Some people had gotten out, and then they started to jam up at that door and push, and the door got slammed shut, and the ones in the back kept pushing forward to get away from the fire, and everyone got jammed up, and the ones right up front were squashed. Wasn't no way they could get that door open against the weight of all those behind. So there they were, trapped, and the fire raged, end quote. Also, the reveal that the bird, Pennywise, was there too was bone-chilling. It didn't hover, he said. It floated. It floated. There were big bunches of balloons tied to each wing, and it floated. What a story from Will on his deathbed. Oof. So this is what I was talking about. Mike hears this story directly from Will. Will is still alive in the book when Mike is a kid. He hears this story. We find out that Dick and Will were roughly the same age. What happens is the black spot's on fire. Someone drives a truck through to help try to get people out. Because like it states, they're jammed up at the door. They've created like a stampede situation. They crash into the building essentially to try to get people out. And Halloran uses his shine to save people. So I knew going into this that Halloran would save people in some way using the shine. I just didn't understand how that was going to work because I haven't read the book, so I don't know the full story. It did seem like he was going to turn tail. He's not like himself right now. I think we can all agree. He's been
And now he's
broken.
even less like himself.
Yeah, he's been totally broken.
Although more in a way.
The only protection he had has been stripped away from him. He doesn't understand how to recreate that for himself yet, obviously.
He will.
And all
right?
he knows is that if he interacts with the dead, it's never going to stop. That's all he's been told, or all he thinks, because that's all he knew from when he was a kid. So how reluctant would you be to turn to the dead to ask for help, especially when they're coming at you with half a jaw missing?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but that's not the dude I'm going to interact with. Like,
That moment was curious, though, wasn't it? Because that particular person walked right past him. It wasn't coming after him.
No.
well, yeah, they don't because
You know?
he's not interacting with them.
Right. Like he said to Hanlon the episode before
The second he turned and he looked at the chief and talks,
and says, hey,
Yeah.
hey,
Right.
you over there.
Over
help me,
here.
where are the kids?
I'm
Help
over
me
here.
find the kids. All of a sudden, the floodgates come out. That's it.
Yep.
Now they're never going to stop talking to him, is what he thinks. Obviously, we know better. Dick's able to move on with his life and do other things. So clearly, this doesn't stop here. But in this moment, this is all he knows is going to happen. They're going to start talking to me and they're not going to stop. And I'm not going to be able to stop it. And that's exactly what he's processing.
Experiencing right now.
When we see him a little bit later
Yeah.
and he's having a complete mental breakdown.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing his best.
I
From
mean,
all the
He's-
noise.
I don't think he's there
Yeah.
yet, but he's
All the
oof.
noise.
I mean, I can't imagine. Think of how many people have died in any one location that you're in your
Right,
life.
and just the 23 people who just died, which, by the way,
Yeah.
I don't know if you paid attention to the things they said, essentially.
Well, his friend says, essentially, we've got to get retribution for what's happened. You have to go after these people.
Yeah, he says,
For
what's
what happened?
happening?
Make a.
It hurts like hell. I'm
make it
talking
right.
to you.
Says make it right.
Look at our kind, brother. What did they do to us? Got to make it right. Make it right. And then it just
Yeah.
goes to the next scene. Because you can easily miss that, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
It's so low and whatnot. But I wanted to just hit one more thing that you said, Bridget. Though his grandmother, Dix, had somewhat of what he had and was able to at least give him that little bit of advice of locking away the dead or the spirits or whatever. There's nobody like him. So he's learning this on his own at this point now.
Not till
Yeah.
he meets Danny,
Exactly.
I imagine he learns a lot until he
Yes.
meets Danny.
of course.
We don't know his whole story. There could be other people that he
True.
comes in contact with. But as of right now, because I don't know what this story is going to look like, Dick's story is already different. It's already been changed from what it was in the books. Like we said, they could do like a whole universe situation now where like he goes off and does his own thing and learns more about this by meeting other people or whatever. I mean, they could retcon in whatever they want at this point.
Considering how wild, like we said in the last episode, the story is, or at least Pennywise.
And we know there's other people with the shine.
Yeah, it's not like it's only these two people.
No, there's a ton
Right.
of ton of
Or
people
three
with shine.
now.
I mean, that was the whole premise of Dr. Sleep.
Let's read Jason's comment. This will probably get us back on track. It was really cool seeing the Native American woman, Sesky, helping him save the people. And then him seeing the dead people after was, whoa, scary face. It floated like a balloon. Eyes emoji.
He's talking about the bird.
It.
The bird.
So, yeah.
Right. Ugh. It had balloons on its wings. Oh. What a creepy bird. Well, I'm glad we didn't see that. That would have been lame. Just objectively
Just a
from our
bird, yeah.
perspective. Just
Yeah.
a bird with balloons on its wings.
Well,
Can't
exactly.
even fly right.
He's good at writing, but his ideas don't always convey properly via the screen.
Now, that would have been a little weird.
Yeah, it would have been a little bit weird.
Well, we didn't really answer the question. What prompted Dick to save everybody? I asked the question really only because I think Hanlon got in his head about duty.
Well, he's not a bad guy.
No, exactly.
Dave, no person with even like an iota of a sense of right and wrong could leave children to die in a burning building.
I don't know, Bridget. As
Well, there definitely are
much as
people
I
out
love
there.
people and think people are good,
People are absolute trash. But even
But
I
even the
think,
trash will go back for kids.
well, even
No, they
I
won't.
think in a situation like this,
You would lose your life.
you've just
you would
watched
stand a chance.
everyone you love die around you.
Yeah, I don't buy that. I can't believe I'm saying this. By the way.
Okay.
So you'd be out of there and just watch.
I'm not
everybody
saying
Yeah,
die?
he
me.
would leave kids.
God
Yeah, he would
forbid
leave
me.
kids.
I'd probably
that's
die.
exactly
a
what he's
lot.
saying.
I would
That's
definitely
what
die
That's what I
trying
heard.
to save children. Oh,
Yeah.
no, not big fans, but still, I can still save them.
So we saw people crashing through the windows trying to escape that way, but then they were immediately being shot when they did
Yeah.
escape. I'm under the impression, tell me if I'm wrong, that the kids, Hank and Halloran, are the only survivors.
Yeah. Pretty
Well,
much.
there is at least the one girl,
Well, there's a one girl. Who
Oh, the laughing
lost
girl.
her
Yeah.
mind.
Okay.
right? Who
She's not okay.
was the cute girl that
No.
got served, by the way,
Yeah.
who the barman was flirting with?
She
She
was-
looks
gosh.
even younger than I thought she was last week.
She's
She
going
did
to
look
Juniper
very
Hill
little.
for sure.
She
Oh,
did the
yeah.
thing where she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna hit on some airmen and maybe get me some pregnant." And well, that,
Get me some pregnant?
why
Like-
not?
Like it's something you can order at the bar.
Find a good man to take care of you.
Oh
to
my
marry
gosh.
you, not to just to get you knocked up, Dave.
Yeah.
That's the goal. You get the thing, and then
No.
you get
No.
married.
No. No.
No.
Get the
No.
thing in
Quiet.
there.
No.
Look, in any order will do.
Oh, and the white girl lived.
Well, yeah,
Because
she left.
not her dad, by the way. That was Stan Kirsch in the Wolfman mask.
Right.
He just knows everybody because he's the butcher.
right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What a flip, too. We came into the series, Charlotte going, why is everybody so weird? This guy was like the only one who's meeting her at eye level, speaking face to face, was kind of nice. And then all of a sudden, what a flip.
It's like the
Mhm.
worst, dude.
The worst of the worst.
Yeah.
Maybe even worse than Clint Bowers.
Wife beater, racist, white supremacist.
That checks out. They're usually pretty
Yep.
nice to your face, wife beaters.
I'll take your word
Fair.
for it.
Yeah.
You should. I'm an
So,
expert. Unfortunately.
It's
So-
chill just ran down my spine, but I'll take your word for it.
so I know they're going to cover it up anyway.
Oh, yeah.
But if
They did.
I know. I heard the radio announcement. It's irritating because obviously the people who were shot didn't die in the fire. So they're going to have to like pay off the Emmy.
Well,
For
They
sure.
had to cover up how Mr. Kirsch died because they found him with half a head.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, but Rob, he died saving those
Saving.
Oh,
injured
I know.
people.
Yeah.
the hero of
Providing medical
He
help.
came
yeah.
to rescue those people
and he just lost his head and
who
they
were hurt and
fence
injured.
snapping
Did
incident.
they not
Yeah.
interview anybody that was in the building? That's what's crazy to me.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The only people who survived were Halloran,
don't want to be found?
Hank, and the kids, and the lunatic that's laughing her head off. So nobody's going to talk to her.
And as far as they know, Ingrid Kirsch is catatonic.
Yes, so she's not talking either. They think
And
Hank's dead.
dressed like a clown for some reason.
Yeah. The only
Sorry, she's sort of catatonic in both the miniseries and the movies. No, chapter 2,
Ingrid-
she's not, but she's
Ingrid-
Pennywise.
Kirsch is Pennywise in the
Yeah.
chapter 2. Yeah.
yeah.
But in the miniseries, she was sort of catatonic though. When Bev talks to her, wasn't she?
No,
I mean,
she's
she was
she's in
talking.
the house. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's in her old house, her old apartment.
Not come. I meant catatonic. She kind of went in and out though, right? At first,
Well, she did Pennywise thing because she was Pennywise in that too.
right.
Yeah.
But that's why I liked that she went catatonic because it was like, oh,
Mhm.
there's a little nod there. Did
Yeah.
she survive? Didn't she? I was surprised actually,
The only person who could even give an account of what happened would be Dick.
and he's not ready for that.
He's
No.
not, he's
And it wouldn't
indisposed
matter.
at the moment.
No.
Yeah,
They're not going to find out for a long time what actually
not even
happened.
think
Well, and
I
I
don't think ever.
guess because they fired the chief, whoever the new chief is just going to want to wrap it up
Mm-hmm.
so that they don't have some big black spot on their record.
Mm-hmm.
should have asked the question, but
I
now you
don't-
just why? How does the title relate to this
Yeah.
episode?
I don't think they ever uncover this. I think it gets covered up and they succeed at doing so because going forward, it's not like there was any repercussion for anybody.
Yeah.
Just like every massacre, though, every
Yeah.
augury, technically.
Mhm.
But you can already tell cinematically. It's like a film has been removed from the screen.
Mhm.
Things are looking brighter, looking up. Everybody's just basically wants to forget, but also Pennywise makes it so that they forget already the
'Cause
fog
he's
that lifts.
farting all over
Mhm.
town.
Exactly. His emanations coming
Back
from
to
his
the
little
farts.
hidey hole. It's been a while since we brought up the Pennywise farts. Yeah, forgetting farts. Right? The fart of
forgetful
forgetting. the flatulence of forgetfulness.
Oh my god.
So many syllables in that one.
Oh my god.
But it's true though, doesn't it feel that way? Kids running down the street like nothing happened.
hmm
hmm
A sunny day on the radio,
That's going to end real quick though, because he's awake again.
which is so interesting.
That's a twist.
It's like you knew that it would happen.
This has never been recorded that we're aware of. We've never been told that this happened. I was concerned because I'm like, okay, this seems like the end of the show, but there's a whole nother episode. So like, what's going on?
That's what I was
there?
like. What could possibly be happening? I think Pennywise has realized, obviously, that one of the bars is gone. He can now.
Oh, sure.
Oh
get
yeah,
out.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's why he's woken up, and I think Lily has the replacement bar.
I was going to say the same thing. Yeah.
Oh, smart.
Because
Mhm.
we know he doesn't get out of Derry.
Correct.
No, he doesn't.
And yes, Lily has the only other piece of the thing that could contain
Mhm.
him. So
Interesting though, because General
Sure.
Shaw, he's so much crazier than I thought he was going to be. So much
yeah.
crazier. I mean, I knew like there was going to be something about him that was kind of off, but this is way beyond what I thought it was going
Yeah.
to be. This I did not see coming. Also, do I believe
Did you say
this?
Nazi?
Wow. Do I believe this as an
Wow.
idea for a person to just all of a sudden be like, fear is the only way to control everyone? Like,
Wants to turn the
because that's what it seemed. I was like, okay,
Right.
dude, this
Wants
is
to-
absolutely crazy, but okay. But obviously, it's,
Is it though?
Wants to turn
I
the whole
thought
well,
it
yeah,
country
was
into
the
Derry.
other thing is that he's outside of Derry. He's not even in Derry.
Yeah, but he wants to release the beast.
Yeah, I know.
Goodness.
Well,
yeah.
I know it's nuts though.
Is
Oh,
it
it's
though?
insanely
We
nuts.
just
It's-
went
it-
through COVID. How crazy is that concept? It's super
Oh.
stupid relatable.
Yeah, Dave,
That's why it's.
I'm
it's
a conspiracy theorist. I believe everyone in the government is doing this at all times.
They are looking out for us.
Doesn't make it right.
What?
People should check in on the showrunners because the government's not going to like that you put this out there. Okay? Because
Well, they're Italian. What do you care? There's 2 Italians, 1 Jew, and 1 atheist.
I don't know. It's one of those things where I'm like, oh, you couldn't be more subtle in getting this point across. Would you come out and say it exactly as it is and it's super ham-fisted? Dave, I don't like when writing is like this. Okay, well, go twirl your mustache on the railroad tracks there, dude. It's so
Put that on
overtly
a
over
James
the top.
Remar calendar.
It's so intense. I get it. Don't get me wrong. Everything that was being said, it's like, oh, wow, you could have pulled this out of our time, yada, 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 the whole thing. But like, that's what I didn't care for about that reveal is like, okay, well, you could have gone about this maybe a little more subtly, or we could have had like a different conversation, but all of a sudden it becomes this 0 to 60.
It became a lot more Indiana Jones like. The
Yes,
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
yes.
Did you feel that with the dig site?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's
yes,
not
yes.
quite as cinematic as
Yeah.
Raiders, but
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. 'Cause all of a sudden it became like really campy.
if they should have put like ancient Egyptian music, like and everybody
fine.
spoke Arabic. but
It's fine, I guess. I don't know.
See, they can get away with it because we just came out of something that was also to a large degree, and who could blame people at first? That it was largely fear inspiring. Everybody was afraid right from the onset. People didn't think about it at first, then all of a sudden became very real, and then the government made it even more real, just like General Shaw is making it. And I don't 100% disagree with him either, which I hate. I hate that.
I'm sorry.
Right around,
Wait, what? Let's
I know.
backpedal. You just said you agree with him?
I found myself trying to take the other side of the argument. Here's something that Brad Caleb Kane said. Shaw is a man out of time. This is in the episode or Insider Bridget TM. He's a man out of time, seeing America changing, doesn't recognize it anymore. He came from a time where they got together to fight not fight World War I, but witness World War I, then fight in World War II, or see the ashes of the Holocaust and people coming together under a single banner to fight against, in their minds, evil, witnessing horrors, receiving and experiencing tragedy, Pearl Harbor, etc. But everybody more or less was united in that pursuit. But then obviously the 60s come and you're in this time where it's like you said, women's lib is coming about. But also, let's ask this question before I say anything further. It seems to me that Shaw doesn't seem like a racist. He was pretty horrified at what happened at the Black Spot. Are we all in agreement there?
I would agree.
Yeah, I assume because he befriended a native girl in a time when that would not have been accepted.
Mm-hmm.
True.
That's
And
true.
fought alongside also colored airmen, etc. I'm using the parlance of the time. People don't come after me.
I guess for me, that's why this just feels like it's like crammed in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you don't feel like he has a sort of 30,000 foot view. Obviously, he's a general, so he's in and out of the room when it comes to political animals and then coming back to the field.
You know what I would have liked better? If Pennywise's influence had converted the guy, I don't care what his name is. You can tell me. I don't care though. Who takes the pillar away in the truck.
Oh, the
That
other
guy.
general.
If
Yes.
you had been like,
So like in Indiana Jones.
yes, if you had been
And
like,
then all of a
this
sudden
guy.
It gets
And I'm
burnt
like-
away.
And I'm like, sure, I don't know that guy. He can be evil. It's fine. I don't know him.
I mean, he's kind of been evil.
And then he
the whole
smiles
show
back
anyway.
at Colonel Fuller, and he has like a
He had
Pennywise
such
smile.
an evil look. That's the guy. That's the bad guy.
Wasn't he down the tunnels with them too?
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, he was the
Oh,
guy shooting
yeah.
at Daniel.
Yeah,
erratically.
Colonel
Yeah,
Fuller, right?
That's
Yeah.
the
That's his
guy.
name.
That's the bad guy. That's the guy you want to be bad.
Mhm.
So he does have a bit of a stank eye. Unlike
Yeah.
General Shaw. That's what I wanted to clear up, is that we all,
I
until
know
that
it's all
point,
for the reveal. We got you. You didn't know.
it's hard not to sympathize with him, though, at the same time.
No, it's
Is
pretty
it?
easy not to.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy not to sympathize with.
From his perspective, he's doing it for the greater good. He's watching his country fall apart, according to him. Don't people feel that way now? Isn't that stupid relatable right now?
That's why this is ham-fisted, Dave.
You know what? If you take this out of this time, even, I see what you're saying. In a time where people have anxiety about every single political moment or every single thing this president is doing, I'm not saying I agree or disagree, etc., but I'm just saying that people do have these. It's recorded.
I understand that, Dave, but I'm saying like this was written in recent years. So everything that it's saying is supposed to be applicable to today. That's why
Yeah.
they inserted it in there. It's fine. I just think it could have been better
It's
written.
fine.
That's my only beef with this.
I agree.
The like, "Mwah, I'm evil now. And it's like, okay.
I don't
well-
think he's evil, though.
Oh, okay, Dave.
I really
Oh.
don't think he's evil.
Oh.
No, I don't
think
think he's
he
evil
thinks
either,
he's
David.
evil.
I agree with you.
Wait, for real?
Mm-hmm.
You're not just tricking me later? You're like, no,
Nope.
what are you, an idiot?
No,
Like Bridget Wood right now?
no. I mean, I think what he's doing is wrong, and he has,
Yeah.
horrible. I mean, he's
100%.
it's a terrible choice. He's doing the wrong thing, but he thinks he's doing it for the right reasons.
Right. And I just to really touch on this really well, it's something that Brad Caleb Kane also says is at the end of the episode or Insider. The monster uses people's divisions to set them against each other. And he'll use all forms of that, doing bad things for good reasons. Listen, I'm not saying that the people in the masks were justified at all, but from their perspective, you're harboring a kid killer. And if you're getting in the way of me getting a kid killer, then that's evil justifying itself to do evil acts, right?
They weren't gonna take him to the police station and turn him in.
No,
though.
because they didn't
not-
run because he got
They-
S-canned.
Yeah. So they were flat out evil.
Again, I'm just
Yeah.
saying
Yeah.
it's the way people can be manipulated and ginned into doing things that they probably wouldn't have gone as far doing had it not been for Pennywise or his influence.
And this is why David is terrified of mob mentality.
I mean, I think we all should be fair.
Oh my
Thank
god,
you.
I just realized what you're wearing. you
For the
dork!
I'm wearing a hoodie that is modeled after Lieutenant Commander Worf later on
Commander.
in Star Trek.
It's beautiful,
Sorry.
Dave.
He backed up and
Wear
I
it
was
proudly.
like, wow.
It was yellow, and then I'm wearing a red shirt, all of the colors of the show. So I thought it'd be
wow.
kind of cool.
To your point earlier, I wanted to say there's that quote: "The road to hell is paved with good intention."
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that we're covering all the different dimensions of bad things being done. Bad things by good people, bad things by people who think they're good.
Mhm.
bad things by bad people.
Mhm.
Huh. Also, what do you think of Lily? She's not looking so good right now.
No, she's not.
She's not
Oh,
sleeping.
yeah.
She's
Yeah.
completely petrified.
It looks like that thing is draining her life force
Maybe.
Yeah, she's Gollum.
With her one ring.
Yeah. Sorry.
with her shard.
Schmeagol.
She's not
No.
Gollum yet.
No, not yet.
She's still of the river folk.
Yeah.
It's a nerd reference if I've ever heard one. Says Bridget in her head.
Okay, well, you're wearing
Says
a
the man in
Lieutenant
his wharf
Worf
hoodie.
hoodie, so
I'm
chill
just
out.
using your voice to mock myself. She does release her grip on the shard when she realizes what happened to Rich, though, which I
Mhm.
thought was interesting.
Oh.
Even Snoopy, by the way, runs away from her. I call it Snoopy. It's a beagle,
Aw,
I think.
might have been a
Yeah.
basset.
So it had that droopy basset hound face. Like,
Mhm.
You're thinking of Droopy Dog. Snoopy doesn't have a droopy face.
No, you're right. Right. I don't know. I just thought that because of the way the ears looked at first. So,
Yeah.
listen, not a pet person. Was she seen holding it when they went to the standpipe?
No, but she had her bag on, so I assumed it
She
was in her
did.
bag.
That is
Oh,
yeah.
so it's sort of like Daniel's fanny pack?
It was
Well,
like a
hopefully it won't
crossbody
slide out of it.
satchel.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
right? Here's hoping it doesn't rip a hole and jump out.
Doesn't even have to do that much. It just magically goes through the bag,
Yeah.
just like Daniel's. So both Ingrid and Will get the deadlights. I need to know more about this, a little bit more. What is the effect of someone who
Good
goes
luck.
and see? Right.
Good luck. We know nothing, but go
it
ahead.
paralyzes your mind, and we don't know exactly what happens. Beverly got it, and then Richie got it.
We use my miniseries logic,
right.
but I remember in the miniseries, Stanley Uris said, I saw him over the summer as a kid. It was a mummy coming down the stairs. Yeah, he saw him when he was away after the whole thing happened, and he didn't talk about it, and then he talked to me about it. And basically, he ends up killing himself as an adult because he realized that was his last memory because he'd forgotten, obviously, the Pennywise farts. And then when he remembered him again, he killed himself. But anyway, my whole point of that is I think he saw those lights also from the mummy or something to that effect.
The only time they really look
Maybe
into
not.
the deadlights in the miniseries is when they flip the spider over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Every time we see it anyway.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to know what I need theories here. Like, what does this mean for both Ingrid and Will? It seems like a bad thing.
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah. That's been established at least.
Is he hung up like dried meat now in
We've
the
seen it go
in
both
the
ways.
floaty place?
It's like either you're dead now or through the power of friendship, you can be saved.
I think, well, seeing the deadlights, 'cause the deadlights are its true form. So it's a thing from
The
outside our
three-
reality. Yes,
The three lights things. That's his true form.
That's how we see it being projected to an audience. But it's something that your mind can't comprehend because it exists outside of our reality. So it just kind of breaks your brain and makes you stunned, catatonic, paralyzed, all the feelings in the world. So that being said, what it did to Beverly, he stared at her and then made her float and then left her there until they all showed up and the power of friendship brought her down and then a kiss brought her back to life. But
Bridget always thinks of things that forever become a thing after she says that
she's not wrong.
episode or insider.
It is what it is, Dave. It's the power of
The
friendship.
power of
There's-
friendship TM now, Bridget.
It's like Care Bears.
I think most of us understood that.
Yeah, no, we
Yeah, okay, good. All of us did. Okay.
Yeah.
And to Jason's point, dude, the deadlights looked cool.
Mhm.
But maybe that's why they were so stunned, is that they did look pretty cool. And their eyes were
Yeah, it looks
glassy.
great.
It was so cool.
Yeah, surrounded by all those millions of teeth.
They'd taken ecstasy.
Yeah.
And so they were like, bro.
Maybe that mommy's little helper stayed in their
I was
system a little
gonna
longer than
say,
they
yeah.
bargained
Oh.
for.
Do you want me to give you a you want me to give you a light show?
Because it's the
I
three
was
lights, so
gonna
he's
do
like
a
doing
little-
I
this
don't know if
thing.
you remember
Gloves.
me doing this at the
Yep.
the
Yes.
party at the camp.
Yes.
I did that.
I'll
I
never
thought I was
forget.
so funny.
Never forget.
I am funny, but I thought I was hilarious during that.
Remember, never forget. It was funny. Memorial. Bridget's dignity.
My dignity's been long gone, Dave. That's dead and buried.
It's a monument to the lack of. Anyways,
I'm also curious to find out. Hopefully, we do how this is affecting people, the deadlights specifically, because we see Ingrid. Obviously, she's catatonic
Until
but,
she isn't.
But like at that last second, her eyes shift and she looks over. So was that her looking?
Was that
it
Pennywise?
Pennywise looking through her eyes?
okay, fine, interesting, cool. Because
Because he was also supposed to be asleep at that time.
Mhm.
but we find out that he's not.
But he was
that
until they
moment,
got
he
the shard.
was.
Yeah, he
Right.
went to sleep.
Hmm.
He was sleeping in his little bloodbath.
His little bloodbath.
Isn't that weird? I was like, what a weird way to hibernate, dude. But okay.
I immediately
mean-
thought of people who the conspiracy theory of people bathing in the blood of children and whatnot.
Yeah, it's literally what he's doing.
Obviously blood libel stuff, but like old people
Oh,
try to
yeah.
bathe in the young people blood so that they'll not look
They
old.
steal their youth.
So that's immediately what I thought with
Mhm.
Pennywise. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But what if that's the way he is able to manipulate actual people to do what he wants them to do? Kind of like how Henry Bowers goes after each of the kids on his own, well, not his own volition, but he breaks Henry Bowers out of.
through the deadlights, you're saying?
Yeah. That he can exert direct influence.
I guess. Yeah. Okay. Initially, I was going to be like, "No, you're wrong," but we don't know anything to the
No.
contrary, so maybe.
I wonder if this series will give us more context as to what the deadlights actually do. Maybe next episode, maybe next season.
I don't
who
know.
knows, but-
Where's the turtle stuff? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
That
don't
shark
know
was
if
in a
that's ever
turtle
going to actually
shell.
happen.
Like
Oh.
two
Yes.
turtle shells glued together.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did see that, and I was like,
Mm.
nice turtle reference, but we're
Mhm.
not actually learning anything about the turtle
I'm kind of glad, aren't you?
It's just a little nod.
because it's so weird. And who really wants that backstory?
No, they're like,
I do.
we
I want
see
turtle.
you guys.
I want
We
it
see
to
you."
get weird.
It's all a matter of good writing, Bridget. Not every scene is going to be General Shaw flipping his lid.
The Muschietti just got to do a whole lot of cocaine and then start writing.
You're Italian. Go speak to the Italians. Let them figure it out. Maybe that's the final season. We get to meet Maturin because it's a turtle out of time. Turtles in time. I finally understand it now.
Okay.
TMNT.
Yeah. Yeah. Their hardest video game.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know if I've ever beaten it, actually.
Dude,
Did I?
who
I
was
did.
beating that game?
The Nintendo
Someone.
one, right? Not the Turtles in Time. Turtles in Time, of course, we beat.
The one in the arcade is
Oh.
horrible. Oh God.
But it's the one.
Did anybody else think they were melting the shard down to make bullets?
Yes.
I did
Okay,
know.
that's fair. I
did.
didn't, but sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know
Why
how many
not?
you can make.
I was like, that's a lot of material to be smelting this into.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at first,
That's
I
not
thought
really how
it
you
wasn't.
smelt stuff. So I was confused.
I know.
Well, see, they already had metals probably in the smelter to
yeah.
mix the pillar with.
Why?
to make bullets. That was my idea.
Yeah, to
To
control the fear.
infuse the bullets with the material.
My mind went to many places after that scene. I was like, well, maybe this is good, which is why I watched this. Maybe they create a wrought iron gate that in the end is what is used to poke Pennywise. in
A
the eye.
gate?
They put it
You mean-
up at
You
Nebel.
mean that?
Yeah,
one?
that.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, that makes so much more sense now.
Like
Shut up, Bridget. Shut up with your face.
Pretty sure that gate was already standing when they visited Newbold.
It was.
Though.
I was right though. Taniel only knows of one pillar.
And it happened to be the one they found.
Well, I'm assuming this collection of people each know
One, yeah.
They each
the
get a pillar.
location.
Yeah. I'm obsessed with that one guy.
The one guy who says, okay,
Asses.
asses.
It's my
See you
name.
in
He said it.
27 years.
Excuse me. You
He
dropped
said it on the show,
F-bomb
so
already.
we can say it.
He's my
Yes,
favorite. I'm
exactly.
obsessed. I was like, that guy is awesome.
Yeah.
Who
I
is
love that
this
man.
guy?
He really upset
like
that
him.
other girl. He's like,
She's like
Rose
crying.
Even,
No,
yeah.
I didn't care. I was like, that's a hilarious way to leave.
What was
He
life
spent
expectancy back in the
27
60s?
years.
He
I'm
was
gonna
like,
say that
I'm
every
not
time
going
I
to
leave a
see you,
room
but
now.
you're going to see me as a dead person because Pennywise
Yeah,
will
I
make
know.
it so,
He's going to be
basically.
dead for sure. But it was
Isn't that
hilarious.
upsetting?
Dude, I thought it was so funny. I was like,
It
that's
was funny, but then I gave it some
amazing.
thought.
No, it's the best way to
It's
leave.
kind of like F you people.
He doesn't want to deal with any of it. He's like, this sucks. I hate this. Why is this my job?
Like, these white people are going to die anyway. Who cares? He's from a different. He's like General Shaw. He's a man from a different time. F him.
Yeah, but I like stand with what that guy said. I am not standing with Shaw.
That's just,
Oh my god. That got me so
Jason
good.
said, I was surprised so they don't hang out in between the 27.
that's just
Jason,
That guy
you
is
saved
not
that
hanging
right
out with
there.
them. He is
That makes
not
so
hanging
much-
out with them.
He's like, I'll see. I'm gonna go to Canada.
I did. I was
Idiots.
surprised because I thought they were part of the same tribe.
I think they are. They're just like
They would still spend time together, but this guy's like,
You
no,
couldn't pay me to
I'm out
hang
here.
out with you
guys
guys.
suck. You guys suck. I hate all of you. Bye.
If it wasn't for this thing that we had to do.
If it wasn't for this ending of the world type situation that I'm stuck in,
He goes
I
back
would
to New York
never talk to
City.
you.
He's in opium den. This guy's living the high life.
I love him. He's my favorite. I hope he
All
lives
right.
forever.
I'm back on board.
It was
What
so
a jerk.
funny.
Hey, that's the funniest part of you saying that is that you pan around the room, Taniel, this other guy who looks, same age as Taniel. Everybody's got the sour face, like, what just happened? It's terrible.
I
It was
know.
the worst massacre yet, because it objectively was.
Mhm.
It was 17 airmen of the Black Spot, totaling 23 so far, and then in addition, 17 other children.
But wasn't the Easter egg hunt the worst numbers wise?
I don't think it topped it. This is 40 total people. I don't think was the Easter egg, was the Kitchener Ironworks explosion more than 40 people? Maybe.
I thought it was. I thought it
Hmm.
was 30 something alone in the one event.
I think it topped it. And thanks to Ingrid, by the way. Well, maybe there were a couple of urchins.
Maybe.
I don't think urchins exist past 1908.
I just want to say, was I the one a little bit bothered by how long people
Oh.
were surviving in the fire.
Yes.
Not just from
yes.
smoke inhalation alone, they would have
Yeah, I
been
know.
passed out
Yes.
long
Yeah, also
before
you
they
would
got
have
to that
100%.
point.
definitely cooked in a cooler, but
100
it's fine.
Yeah.
Yes. 100%.
No, this is not anywhere near the worst. 88 children and 102 people died in the 1906 Kitchener
Kitchener
Ironworks
Ironworks explosion.
Yeah.
Whew.
Way
Man,
worse.
I can't wait for season 3.
Way worse.
Wow, what a way to if we are going back in time.
If
No.
we're calling each cycle,
Bradley Gang, 1908. I did want to mention one thing. Speaking of times, after Pennywise's act, and it goes to him pushing in the powder, basically, or whatever powder-based makeup that he's using, or maybe it's not, it's just clumpy. It dawned on me that the whole talc thing started in the late 1800s, and only recently, not that they found out. I think they always kind of knew that talc caused certain cancers.
Oh,
in
that's like
people.
really bad for you? Yeah.
Yeah. They only finally ruled in that favor that 2023, by the way, which is crazy to think because it's since the 70s it's been a controversy. But then I thought, okay, maybe that's how Periwinkle died of cancer. It's still
maybe.
debatable whether you can get cervical cancer,
Oh, yeah.
but
they
she
don't
could have
know,
gotten
but they're like,
mesothelioma.
yeah. Well, we were putting it on
Lungs.
everything.
Babies in
Babies
particular.
and women. Women were told to use baby powder. And then also there was a laundry list of feminine hygiene powders that existed
Right.
that were all talc based. And then on top of that, talc was in makeup.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, it was
especially like this kind of makeup too.
Yeah. It was not a
So that's
great situation. Yeah, and then they were
it's
like,
one thought led to the
oh,
other.
well, now that we're worried about it, I guess many years later, we'll just start making talc-free products now.
I think they started in the 70s and then they're like, let's not take chances with this conspiracy theory about talc. let's appease to the capitalist
But,
market.
you know,
Let's
lead
the
was
market
also in
decide.
makeup for a long time.
Yeah, no kidding.
So
No kidding. Let's see. What else is there to talk about?
The thing. The only
Richie?
thing we haven't talked about
Rich.
Yeah.
yet.
Richie's death.
I was hoping you'd forget.
No.
How could we forget?
Well,
How
yeah.
could we
Okay.
forget
Bye.
the best
Good night. I
character?
guess we're done
Good night,
talking
everybody.
about
We don't talk about. Okay, let's revisit your comments from last week, Bridget, because you had said, I hate that this is a thing. I hate that it's possible that this is how she names her son Richie Tozier because of this incident and whatnot, in memorial of Marge's first love, Rich Santos. How do you feel now? Hate everything, burn the world.
it. Yeah, I hate it.
I hate
really
that he
hate it.
died. I hate that he died.
I
He was
really
my
do.
Favorite of the group.
And I hate that he died in such a chivalrous way. He knew from the moment he opened that cooler that there was not room for the both of them.
Mm-hmm.
He
He only
forced
thought
her
of
to
her.
get in anyway. It was just such a sweet moment. What a brave action from a child.
child.
There are grown men that wouldn't do that, I'm sure.
Thank you.
I mean, not that it would have worked because you probably would have just cooked alive in that cooler or ran out of air.
The latter was my
Yeah.
bigger fear, actually, because it's insulated, so there's a
To
chance.
some degree, but it's
the
also a
air
metal
thing.
box in a fire.
Hmm.
So, I mean, I think
Meant to
either
be
way,
airtight.
The fire would make
Yeah.
the oxygen deplete faster
Yeah,
too
either
if
way.
you're competing.
And you were screaming at the beginning, so then you used up all your oxygen, you idiot.
Yeah.
My thing was like, because
Idiot.
Richie didn't even get charred. He was just dead, obviously, from suffocation. Maybe because they were in the center, it didn't burn so much.
Yeah, it didn't seem like the fire got all the way to that
Yeah.
spot before it got put
Yeah.
out or went out.
What would be more traumatic? A charred, unrecognizable Richie or a recognizable yet not with us Richie? I'm really
Well,
curious
that-
what your thought is.
I think that's more impactful to see him.
He's there but
with
not
it.
there?
Yeah,
What if Pennywise made it so that he didn't burn?
maybe. That could-
Right? He's there but he's not there.
Mhm.
Because I thought about that too, but I didn't want to think about it too much because obviously I don't want to pick this bone.
Mhm.
But then it does kind of make sense.
I think for me, it'd be worse to see him charred. The way he was sitting there looked almost peaceful. Obviously, we know it wasn't. That's a horrific way to go.
I think that's the best way to look for us because that's
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It would have
Yeah.
been. It would have been way worse to see a charred, disfigured body.
Yeah.
So do you think that the Muschiettis pulled the yoke basically?
Well, maybe
thought,
they felt
well,
like that would have been too far. Maybe.
Right.
Maybe.
Especially considering he's a child.
Yeah.
They also wanted to have that moment with all of them with his body
Mm-hmm.
afterwards, and that would have been even worse if they were trying to do that with a charred corpse.
Yeah.
which they wouldn't.
No, of
Right.
course not. But you want
But-
story.
we want to see that moment.
Yeah, that
I mean,
heartbreaking moment.
Maybe.
Exactly. Exactly. That's the only reason why I thought, okay, you can make this work if let's get the maximum tragedy effect, the maximum sadness. If Pennywise saved this one little body.
I'm gonna say something maybe terrible now. This was sad. I think most of us saw it coming.
Yeah,
I
unfortunately.
knew.
I
We kinda knew.
hoped it wouldn't be Richie.
All of these kids are
Yeah.
not surviving. I still think we might lose another one,
Oh,
but that's just me.
Very possible.
That's not the horrible thing I was going to say. The horrible thing I'm going to say is
Okay.
this was sad. I'm not taking anything away from that. But for me, I feel like it was dragged out a little bit. We had this really sweet, heartwarming moment where they're like, oh, he's gone, and they hug him. And then in the next scene, Marge has a moment with his hand, and then she has to
Yeah,
put
I
his
thought that
hand
was a
back in the
little
thing.
I see.
And then
So-
they go,
like I
and
said,
then they go
Carl's
to the,
death.
and then they go to the standpipe, and they're packing up all of his things, and then they have to go to Lily and do the whole thing there, and I'm like, okay, we get it. Yes, it's sad, but we get it.
I don't disagree.
I'm
I don't disagree.
Would you say that their fists were maybe full of ham?
Bridget. Counterpoint. Not that I think you're wrong at all. Part of doing that is to wind you down, to make you think that it's over too. You can do this, and that, and this is one of those things that make you feel like
That's
Well,
fine,
it's
but we
over.
all know there's another episode.
Exactly.
You can only wind it down so much.
Up until the reveal of Pennywise waking up and attacking Will, I thought maybe like this was a Game of Thrones type situation where they do the big event in the penultimate episode and then have like a calm ending to the season.
Really? Because we've seen previews of scenes that we haven't seen yet.
I haven't
That's
really
true.
watched too many previews on purpose, so
I
figure that
also
out.
have not, but they show up in my face occasionally. There's one in particular that we haven't seen yet. And
Is
that
that the
I'm-
foggy one? No.
No, it's patty cakes.
coincidentally,
Yeah.
Jason says I was thinking the same thing, Rob. I was thinking the same thing as you with the Game of Thrones effect, but I was also thinking of what is the show called? It's called Welcome to Derry. It's not Welcome to Pennywise the Clown doing things. As far as the last episode is concerned, you could easily get away with the fact is what happens now? What does this town look like with Pennywise gone? You get a glimpse of it in this episode until Pennywise comes back.
How anti Stephen King though?
Yeah.
But it isn't Stephen King, technically. It's not Stephen King showrunner.
He didn't write it,
extraordinaire.
but
right.
they'd be doing him a dishonor to end it that way.
Just wouldn't feel very on.
Not if the writing's
par.
good enough.
Well, he likes to give a nice little wrap up, but his wrap ups are they're
Terrible.
short.
Terrible.
They're short
quick.
and they're dumb.
As we established in the last episode.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They're short and they're dumb.
They're not always great.
They're people
Which they-
skipping through the airport. It's bad. It's bad all around.
Oh, stop.
Which is what
With your
they,
Langoliers. Sorry, Rob, go.
they lampoon that pretty heavily in the It movies too. Bill can't write an ending to his books.
yeah.
He lampooned himself.
Yeah. They didn't get me. And maybe that's why I was feeling the way that I was feeling
Oh, well,
about
that's
it being
fine.
dragged out. Get to the part where more happens because we're not there yet.
Yeah.
No.
I think they wanted you to feel as dazed as everybody else was feeling. Like, wait, what's happening? Why isn't things moving? Oh, because that's what grief is. It means being in this moment. And whether it works or not is a whole other story. But I think
Sure.
I see what they were trying to do.
Oh, yeah.
You feel like that girl tearing off her wig and laughing maniacally. You're like,
Yeah.
why won't this scene progress?
Yeah. When Marge did walk over to Rich's hand, I thought there was going to be something in it. I thought she
So
was
did
going
I.
to take something
Yeah,
out
her
of
hand.
his hand.
I think
No, I thought
she
he was
saw
going to
his
be like
hand
holding on to
fall.
something.
No, what a nightmare fuel. But yeah, yeah.
I think she saw
But-
his hand fall and she thought he was moving, and that little bit
Mm.
of false hope came out.
I just think she just saw his hand there,
Didn't
and
wanna
she's
let
like,
him go.
"That's
It
not
was
how
almost
you
like
should
a
do it."
respect
Fix his
thing.
hand.
Yeah.
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 He can't see without his glasses.
Oh,
It was like one
yeah.
of those
Oh,
situations.
stop.
Mhm.
Because what I'm about to say is this:
Ugh.
the whole speech that he gives her, and the back and forth,
Mm-hmm.
and they say, "I love you, Rich, I love you, Marge." I tagged on there too, and I didn't know this at the time in my notes, but I wrote, "My heart burns there too."
Aw.
I hate you.
Yeah, I see you side,
I
Bridget.
hate you.
Finally,
Gross. You're
heartless.
gross.
Yeah, but you felt something.
I
But
told you I
didn't-
cried during this episode.
But I didn't know this at the time. Do you want to know what the title of the next episode is?
Fine.
Winter Fire.
Okay.
Okay.
This
All
makes
right.
me a little emotional.
Well, I'm going to change subjects. Can we talk about something else? Bro.
Well, you can't just do that.
Yeah, I'm going to.
He's like, no Vaseline for you.
Yeah, I don't like it. Why did Pennywise look like a dipped?
Little dipped Magnum bar.
What was up with-
He looked like a used tampon.
He
I was
came
gonna-
straight out of
I
that.
didn't want to say
He
it, but I thought
came
the same
straight
thing.
out of that bloodbath and was like,
Yeah.
I'm here to make you look at me. This is making my mouth water. I was like, dude, what is
Oh
happening?
yeah, I wrote
You're
that,
such
that
a
whole thing
weirdo.
down too.
You're such a weird dude.
I'm wondering if Halloran actually felt him wake up, though.
Yeah, I
Oh,
wonder. I
yeah.
wonder
Yeah.
too.
What were the last words? Shaw says, because they're at the dig site, right? Indiana Jones.
Mhm.
You head back to the barracks and get some rest.
Yep.
That's the last you see of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that sometimes it is scary, okay? Definitely. There are many moments during the newer movies that I'm like absolutely terrified watching. When he says stuff like that, he is such a joke.
Say, what's the thing? The popcorn
When he
lung?
says the popcorn thing, my mouth was watering, like I'm like, bro, you are so awkward and weird. What a weird thing to say out loud.
I loved it. Every bit of it.
And it reminded me of when Bob Gray is talking to that kid,
Yes.
and Bob Gray's like, what a weird thing to say.
That's a weird thing for a child to say.
True, dude. Very true. The children, they flock to you. And he's like, what a weird thing for you to say.
So not only did Robert Gray redeem clowns, he redeemed Pennywise in Bridget's eyes.
I don't know, dude. It's just sometimes he says stuff and I'm like, that's objectively funny because it's so awkward that you're saying it. But
Yeah, somebody's got to do it.
Bridget wasn't here for the line that I hated. I want to know how she feels
Well,
about it.
that's why I thought it was so funny. Yeah.
what line?
Where he's eating Noreen and he looks at Ronnie and says, "Do I have face on my face?"
What's the matter? First of all, I love when he says, "What's the matter?"
So
I
stupid.
hated it.
It's so dumb.
It is.
I love
When,
it.
when he
Robbie-
said it,
Robbie.
I was like, wow. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, because you're
It was
looking
so
back
cheesy.
at her face
It's
or
so
lack thereof,
cheesy.
and you're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
it makes sense because it's literal."
No, it's just stupid. It's like a stupid
Dumb.
line. Like
Shut
someone,
up.
someone
He
in the
relishes
writers'
in being
room,
stupid.
someone in the writers' room was like, "Oh, I got it, guys. I've got it.
I got the line.
It's the perfect line. Are you ready?" Like, no.
Oh, I have
It's
face
gonna-
on my
it's-
face.
It's gonna
But-
kill.
In terms of a clown, that is something a clown might say. Like, obviously, a clown wouldn't say that, but like that clown is that kind of cringe and corny.
Yeah, but it's just
No.
stupid.
It is
Jason
very
says-
stupid, but it's a clown.
It undoes some of the fears. Sometimes
yeah,
I'm like,
I get that.
I'm like, oh man, it is so scary. And then he says stuff like that, and I'm like, okay.
Well, it undoes
So-
the fear for us.
No,
It's
for
like,
real.
relax.
For real. I had nightmares about Chucky forever until they made Bride of Chucky. And then
Oh,
all
yeah.
my fears were cured. Because
I
he
know.
wasn't scary anymore.
I know, Dave. Even if I was in that situation, sometimes those lines would come out, and I'd be like,
That's
okay,
stupid.
okay.
Don't quit your day job. Pennywise, quote unquote.
It's like, have you seen those videos on TikTok? Me and my best friend, if we got kidnapped,
Yeah.
and it'll be like two girls in the back
Yeah.
of a car, and they're like, "Did you see that? Did you see that?" And like the kidnapper will say something, he'll be like, "Shut up, or I'll kill you." Like, it's-
That's me and Bridget if we get kidnapped. We're in the back going, ooh, what are you going to do?
So scary.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
That's what it reminds me of.
Jason says the alien has a sense of humor. Ha ha. Ha. So he laughed too. Men
Yeah.
unite. Men. And high fives, everybody.
What? Oh my gosh.
You can tell that Bridget's gonna have a boy because
Cringe.
he's high fiving us too. Because
No.
she just
I can't sit up, Dave. I have to keep.
I'm
You're
sorry.
gonna go
on
back
behalf-
and edit this and be like, "Wow, Bridget was like really struggling."
Yeah. For now, I'm like totally unsympathetic, but later I'll be like,
Oh
poor
my gosh.
Bridget. Sorry.
Right.
It hurts so bad.
One factoid and one question. The scene in the black spot, the fire, the shooting, all that stuff, the initial, all of that, single tracking shot
Wow.
throughout the
Yeah.
entire thing.
Awesome.
It was 3 days of rehearsing just that specific scene, so they got it right. Super cool. This is an Episode or Insider, obviously. You can get it from there. But listen, we talked about single tracking shots a couple times in this series, and this was a very impressive version of that. Second question, Pennywise talking to Dickie.
Yeah.
Love the fact that he is still kind of in his head. Love the fact that he knows he's seeing the dead people. The dead people that emerge behind him, are they real dead people or are they reproductions that Pennywise is making?
Very good
It's a good
question.
point. I think
There's
Pennywise could
evidence.
easily do that.
I'm more inclined to say that they are a product of Pennywise only because of the unity in which they walk all together.
The glowing eyes is what
The
tipped me off.
Yeah, that too. most of the dead people that Dick has seen so far are just sort of like wandering aimlessly. These moved as a unit.
I think Pennywise had the wherewithal to know that now they were starting to talk to him,
Mhm.
maybe, and then he was just producing more to kind of fluster him.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're all settled. This is a production of Pennywise.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
The faces kind of look like Twilight Zone faces.
The beauty one.
Eye of the Beholder,
Eye
I
of the
think it was
Beholder,
called.
yeah.
The upturned nose and all that stuff. The
Uh-huh.
pig masks is what they called it.
Yeah.
Okay, so fine. We're settled on that. There's a deeper question here. Because he doesn't try to outright scare Dickie. He tries to basically fluster Dickie. Because Dickie's having a problem on his own right now. He's dealing with a lot anyway. Maybe he's too distracted to be scared. So the deeper question is Pennywise also threatened by Dickie? That maybe he has the power to actually do something about Pennywise? That thought occurred to me when he chose that to show Dickie.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Pennywise is afraid of Dick because Dick does not know yet the extent of his own power. He hasn't even tapped into what he's able to do.
Interesting. Okay.
Pennywise is in his mind. He could probably get into its mind.
That would
Right.
probably
If he tried.
break him, though.
Depending on the feeding cycle, how far in.
Because Pennywise, it's not a physical being necessarily. It's a
Sure.
entity from another. It's deadlights. Just seeing those will break someone's mind. So imagine going into the deadlights with your own mind. That might
Oh,
create something even worse. Ultimately, I'm just speculating because like we really know nothing about the deadlights ultimately. But
Right.
I wish you guys had more speculation to go with this, or like wild thoughts.
Well, maybe it's not even a matter of entering the mind of the deadlights. Because, like you said, it's an alien being. It's more of an energy.
It's more of an
rather than-
idea.
Well, it's more like it's like an energy than a physical being. So maybe we find out Dick can somehow gain control over the deadlights.
Oh, you're thinking way even further than just manipulating a being. You're thinking, oh, he can directly control Pennywise, much like Pennywise can control others with his
Maybe.
deadlights.
But on the other side of that, I think we also have to admit that if that is the case, it's not going to go well.
Yeah, because of the series.
Because we know Pennywise survives all of this. He's not going anywhere.
and we know Dick stays the hell out of Maine. so-
Yeah. Yeah. He moves across the country.
Let's go to the exact opposite end of the country.
Right.
I think it was Andy Muschietti who said how they figured out how they wanted the story to go was this episode. They built the season revolving around the Black Spot Massacre, and they
makes
built the
sense.
story outward
That
from
does
there.
make sense.
Yeah.
Which is so cool to think about because he said, we need to find an excuse to make this as the pivotal central point of the season. And from there, okay, Black Spot. Okay, so there were Black Airmen. Okay, so and then how do we build out from there? And who do we want to include in that? Obviously, Dick Halloran. Do we want to show a Leroy Hanlon, etc.? Who else do we want to show? And then from there, they built out, okay, these kids are going to be the kids. And I just thought that was a cool way of visualizing how you want this story to go, or that this was the initial concept.
Well, I
That
think it
is
makes more
interesting.
sense than writing yourself into a corner.
Oh, yeah. Also,
Right.
I know Stephen King writes like that. He will start with this idea and then build the whole story around it.
Let's put up the pillars of the story.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we'll take one of them. They're going to help Hank cross the border, Rose and company.
I was wondering about that because she couldn't get a phone call out. And I was like, is that Pennywise disrupting the ability to get a phone call out? Because obviously, when Maddie tried to leave, he was able to distort everything so that he couldn't.
I think that was before the juice is loose, Beetlejuice, the whole thing.
What?
Was that right around the time?
What are you talking about?
Why? Not an O.J. Simpson, right?
No, I meant the Beetlejuice. The
Okay,
juice is
that's
loose.
not
Anyway.
what that is, but okay.
It is. He says it in
It
that,
is,
in that
at
movie.
least in the second one. I haven't seen it, but
Yeah.
I've heard.
Yeah, that original saying is not from
Is from
that.
yeah, I know.
No, actually, I think Pennywise leaping out. Yeah, that's after. Charlotte meeting up with Rose was before the juice was loose. It's saying. So I don't think
Oh.
that's Pennywise.
Okay.
I wasn't
I
talking
think that's
about Rose. I was talking about the phone.
But that had to have been beforehand. So there you go. Her trying to reach Rose, I assume, was the first phone call, right?
No, that's not who she's calling, Dave. Why do you think she's calling Rose? She's trying to call
Charlotte.
her contact outside
The
of
one
Derry.
in Montreal. No,
Yeah.
I thought she was calling Rose too.
I thought she
because
was calling
said-
Ingrid at first, by
No,
the way.
I thought my first thought was Ingrid, but then
No.
she said,
Why isn't Ingrid picking up?
I know who can get you out of town, or I know who can help us get you out of here.
Yeah.
Then I was like, oh, oh, it's
But
Rose.
prior to that, she's been calling the same person. It's her contact back in Shreveport.
Well, she also mentioned someone in Montreal.
No, maybe you're right, Bridget.
Because that's who she's contacting earlier in the season on behalf of Hank. She's not calling Rose on behalf of Hank. She's not calling
So you're saying all of a sudden she can't reach them.
Ingrid because she doesn't know that she is on her side. She's calling her
Yeah.
contacts from the civil rights movement.
Okay. No,
So I
that's
assumed
solid.
when nobody answered, it was because she couldn't get a phone call out of Derry because Pennywise was disrupting it
Oh, okay.
to make it harder to get Hank out.
Do we think Hank gets out? That's the other.
I don't know. Who knows? No one gets out. And Leroy's stuck there forever.
Yep.
Mhm.
I think Charlotte's gonna die.
What?
I think Charlotte's done for. I think that's why
How
Leroy
dare
never
you.
leaves.
Our princess,
Mm.
Charlotte? Our untouchable princess?
She'll
Don't even.
probably die trying to save Will.
But yeah, especially now that Will is what he's probably been taken.
Or at least comatose.
Well, remember when Pennywise takes Beverly, he does it in sort of the same way. He shows up in her bathroom, hits her with
Yeah.
the deadlights, and then whisks her off to the sewers to lure everyone else down.
Yep.
That's probably why he did it to Beverly, because he's like, it worked this time when I did it to Will and his friends.
Ah.
This works every time I
Worked
try
last
this.
time. Can do it again. Fair.
Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back after these messages. We just thought we'd remind you to show this episode some love by tapping that like button, if there's one to be tapped, subscribing to our podcast or channel, and if available, enabling all notifications, and sharing the show, or clips of it, with everyone you know. And don't be afraid to reach out. Leave your questions, feedback, ideas, or even concerns in the comments section. There isn't one? Head on over to ratethispodcast.com/squawkingdead and leave your thoughts there. Rating our podcast is the best way to get our attention because it also boosts our visibility. And we'll probably address it in the next episode too. And if you think there's something to what we're doing here at Squawking Dead, tip us over on Ko-fi. As a token of our appreciation, you'll receive forever access to our Discord, along with 30 days access to our uncut episode and interview recordings, plus our pre-squawk insights. Take your support further. Join a membership tier on either ko-fi.com/squawkingdead or patreon.com/squawkingdead, and you'll unlock access to more channels on our Discord server, receive shoutouts at the end of every episode, and depending on what tier you join, the ability to join us on camera and mic to break down future episodes alongside us. Thank you for hearing us out and making it this far into the episode. We now return you to our regularly scheduled podcast. You said the ritual of Chud, Chud,
Chud.
Judd,
Chud.
was about a battle of wills with Pennywise? Because I know that
basically, yeah.
they've been desperately trying not to do this because I've read some articles about this and how, well, it mythologizes Native Americans. It's not really in their culture, blah, blah, blah. So I know that they want to move away from this. But what if,
Okay, well, they made a whole story this season, but sure, yeah, okay.
right, with the help of an actual Native tribe, but still
It still is made up and not at
neither
all
here nor
real.
there, but with the permission of, is what
Okay,
they made
better.
concerted efforts for.
Better.
I mean,
Yeah.
they didn't
Right, right.
mythicize the natives themselves. They found the star that keeps the thing in its cage. So it's not like they created that.
Well, oh no, I'm talking about way back.
Oh, yeah.
Stephen King, basically.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, my point is them basically trying to get Will out of the scenario going to be a way for them to, I mean, we are retconning when we are fixing something that was said before and making it more adaptable or making it fit better into the storyline. It is a form of retconning.
Mhm.
So do you think they might work in their own way of, this is the ritual of Chud, getting Will out of the power, friendship, whatever, the battle of wills.
I don't know,
Will.
because Mike had to steal the thing that they used for the ritual of Chud in it chapter 2 from the natives when they
Right.
told him about this ritual that was performed. And I'm wondering what part of the tribe
There's Shakapiwa.
they did the ritual of Chud to try and contain it, which I guess became the pillars. I don't know, but that didn't
Right.
work. It didn't work when they did it, and it obviously doesn't work when Mike does it. So I don't know if they would do that in this series. I think they would go back further in the timeline to show that if they ever do.
Well, I'm just saying like a bastardized or like a hybrid version of that where, okay, it's
Maybe.
not about containing it. It's about releasing the friendship. Maybe that's the power of friendship that releases
Maybe.
people from the deadlights.
Maybe.
Instead of being the containment unit, because we've already established it's the pillars, if we're to believe that mythology, and
I mean-
we have no reason not to, considering what happened.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's worth a thought, audience.
Yes.
Because why throw away something that's perfectly salvageable as an idea? Maybe repurpose it for something else.
Maybe.
All I know is some S is going to go down in the last episode. Are you excited for the next episode, considering
Mhm.
that in some senses, hey, we got a ton of delivery here. We got tons of origin stories, questions answered, and all that stuff. But where does it go from here in that last episode?
Recontaining it, and then he actually goes to sleep. And that's pretty much how this is going to end.
Right. Bad things
Yeah.
must happen at
Yeah.
the end, but it still persists. So
More people are gonna die.
More people are going
When
to
he's-
die, and they're going to have the small victory of containing him. And that's
Yep.
about it.
Right. Oof. And Dick, of course. I feel like this story is so much more enhanced by the fact that Dick Halloran is here.
Mhm.
It's such a great side tale that really, really works with this series. It elevates it.
It's in the book, Dave.
But this is much bigger.
They changed it, but I'm glad
Yeah.
that they included him because
Mhm.
He's a bigger part, it feels like.
he's a
of
much
the
bigger part.
narrative.
Yes.
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
just in a story that Will tells on his deathbed.
Yeah,
It's not
Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
And also, well, okay, we were talking about the Kitchener Ironworks was the bigger death count. Well, the potential here is rife with much more. So don't disappoint us. Show us the death. Don't pull back. Show a charred Rich. Thank you for joining us, everybody. I am happy that you were here, especially Jason. And
Yeah,
you too
thanks,
can show up
Jason.
in these episodes, by the way. Just follow us for
Yes.
free on Ko-fi or
Fun.
Patreon. It's free to attend. The only thing you need to do is follow us on Ko-fi or Patreon to know when our schedule changes. And of course, we're going to be talking about Fallout soon, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. The Boys just announced their final season premiere, which is April 8th. So I need a break.
No breaks for you, because you know
I know.
Daryl Dixon season 4 happens this year at some point.
Yeah,
I
that's true.
know. Well, I've been your host, David Cameo, for now. And I was joined by...
Me, CosmoMom09.
Bridget. You can find me at ko-fi.com/punkyrooster if you want.
And I'm Rob at Rob Stuffing Things over on TikTok and YouTube. Find me there. Go watch the stuff. It's good.
And I'm so excited for next week. So I'm just going to end it really quickly
Me too.
and say
All right.
thank you so much. And
Bye.
good night.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for making it to the end of yet another episode of Squawking Dead. This one, it's Welcome to Derry's 7th episode of its inaugural season titled The Black Spot. As always, we like to thank our supporters at the end of every episode. It's a little perk that they receive for supporting us, which you too can do. If you listen to the CTA, you know exactly what to do. Along with getting perks at the end of every episode, you will also have forever access to our Discord. Even if you decide to leave our membership, you will at least be able to participate in some of the more basic channels. And without further ado, let's mention some of those people, one of which obviously joined us in this episode because he joined the Whisperers tier. That's Rob Lucchese. You can reach on TikTok at Rob's Stuff _N as Nancy _Thangs, THANGS. Of course, Kim Rowley. That's Kim.Rowley, the #1 on Facebook. And we have a list of the Walkers members on the screen right now. They too, even at $4 a month, receive some sort of recognition at the end of every episode. And I hadn't mentioned it, I think, in this episode, who knows, but we do have merch in our merch store, which you can reach at squawkingdead.com. Hit the main menu in the top left, choose shop merch. You can peruse our revamped designs on our website, or you can also head to the TeePublic vendor portal. Both are accessible on squawkingdead.com. Just choose new merch or old merch. It'll take you exactly where you need to go. Beyond that, I'm very excited to discuss, or even just watch, the season finale of It Welcome to Derry. I'm very thrilled to watch the next episode of Pluribus. We just recorded the 7th episode discussion on that, which is available early for supporters to stream on Ko-fi and Patreon for as little as $4 a month, or just tip us and you'll receive it. It is also available for $4 to purchase on Patreon if you prefer doing a per episode thing. Think of it as a tip to watch what we do best. But also all the things that we end up cutting out because of a variety of reasons. Time, flubs, but also things that might get us canceled. In the midst of all this excitement, as I mentioned, there are so many series that will be coming up even just this week. Fallout comes up in a few days, and A Night of the Seven Kingdoms is in mid-January. April 8th is The Boys. You break. But throughout everything, like I said, and I've been trying to mention this at the beginning, at the end of every episode, I know that you have a lot of things pulling at you, trying to grab your attention. I'm just really thrilled that we make the cut that we are a part of that in your lives. It really makes a difference to us. It means that what we're doing here matters. So thank you. And remember that we are Squawking Dead.